You have to change how you communicate to what your consumer wants.
Exactly. And if the studies are showing they don't want to answer the phone, then what is your plan? So it's kind of like, okay, the tried and true principle of Sphere is where it's at, but we have to change the plan and how we're communicating. Not to say, I mean, nobody go to your broker and say that I said you don't have to make calls, because there's going to be time. Don't be throwing me under the bus like that, because there will be times that you have to pick up the phone. Yeah. Okay, I'm not saying that. But when it comes to relationship building with your Sphere, to be top of mind for their referral, but bigger than that, top of mind for the people that they know, and you're not in the middle of a transaction, just calling them being like, hey, who do you know buying or selling, is going to get real old real quick. They're not going to answer the phone. What's the plan? How do we carry forward? And so that's kind of like why we put on that webinar. And it was just to kind of introduce, hey, here's some new school techniques that will match up with the old school foundational knowledge that Sphere is where it's at.
I think that there's an important thing to talk about before we dive into how do they do this. You have to stay consistent. That's another thing that has been a common thread in a lot of things that we've been talking about in my podcast is consistency. Picking up the phone, calling somebody, getting a face-to-face with them, and then not doing anything after that isn't going to win you the business. It is top of mind selling.
Yes. And that's going to be the case whether it's with your Sphere or new leads. Either way, it has to be consistent marketing. You cannot expect that somebody, I mean, I make a joke, but it's so true that, you know, why do we expect our Sphere to remember us when we ourselves as realtors don't get up in the morning, put our feet on the ground and think, you know, I haven't given my hairdresser a referral lately. Who do I know? That's just not the world we live in. But we expect them to do that for us, even though we've not consistently cared about what's going on in their lives and we don't have relationships.